What's good with y'all, man? Happy Halloween, man.
Happy Halloween.
Yo, man. This is Reef'Lik.
And this is Leaky.
And this is Reef'Lik Anime Horror Gang. What's good with y'all, man? Got another video.
Today we're going to be reacting to Nightmare Files.
Yo, man, shout out to Nightmare Files, man. Yo, his channel is fire, man. Y'all, please go support him, man. We love you, Nightmare Files. Yo, we love you so much. So, y'all, please support him as much as you can.
So, please like, comment, subscribe, and join our big happy family.
Yes, y'all, join the family, man. Anime Horror Gang. Once you're a family member, man, you're a Supreme Kai, you're a loser. You will always be invited to the cookouts and the weddings. Please join the family. Once you're a family with us, man, you're part of the family for life, man. Don't you never forget that. So I hope y'all enjoy this Halloween, man. Please be safe out there. Please be aware of your surroundings and please enjoy yourself because this is the time that we can enjoy ourselves and actually be us and dress like who we want to dress like. So let's be... Yeah! Oh, I'm so excited for Halloween, man! Yo, I'm excited! Ain't y'all excited? I'm ready! Let's get it!
Man, this is going to be really eerie.
For real. Shout out to Nightmare Files. Intruder.
I'm 30 years old, and this story took place when I was 13. My mother was a single mom, and she had to work 2 jobs.
Okay.
So I was home alone a lot, but it was okay because I was used to it. One night, I was watching TV while eating ice cream, and someone knocked at the front door. I was wondering who it could be as my friends never came out this late and my mom would always use her key to get in. I opened the door, and it was a man standing there with his hands in his pockets. I said, "Hello?" He replied, "Hello, young lady. Are your parents home?"
Oh, nah, fam.
Stupidly, I said, "No. My mom isn't home right now. You have to come back tomorrow." He then...
Y'all, that's a thing, too. Like, y'all, please teach y'all kids not to open the door.
Yeah, because there's really are dangers of strangers, though.
Like, there's creeps out there that do be, like, stalking people's houses and stuff. And, like, and I feel like, bruh, what, like, just tell your kids to not open the door. Because I feel like that's dangerous. And then, on top of it, they're by themselves at the house. So you got to tell your kids not to open the door for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just open the door for us. Or just don't open the door, period. Just act like you're not home.
Yeah, and the fact that he has, like, what you call sunglasses on, man.
And he sound like a creep, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
a surprised smile on his face. "Oh, you're all alone, huh?" I said...
You just gave yourself away, too.
I am.
thank you. I would have been like, oh, my parents here, my brother's here.
Have a nice night. Don't get into any trouble. He then walked away and I closed the door.
Nah, fam.
He seemed friendly, but also weird at the same time. He was a little funny looking though. He was balding and had 70s style glasses on.
What's his
With a
Napa?
mustache and bags under his eyes like he never slept. About 10 minutes passed, and there was another knock at the door. I got up to answer it, but before I opened the door, something told me to put the chain on. I don't know why.
Yes.
But my
Yeah,
gut
do
told me
that.
Believe in your gut. Always believe in your gut.
I really didn't use the chain. But I'm glad I did because as soon as I opened the door, it was pushed open. It abruptly stopped by the chain. Before I could even say or do anything, I looked through the crack of the door to see the same man again. And he said in a startled voice, "Oh, hey there.
Nah,
Yeah, he
fam.
was
I just wanted to
plotting.
make sure you were okay."
Nah, fam.
As he stuttered. It was like he knew he failed.
Nah,
to get inside
fam.
the house and tried
Y'all,
to play
please
with
tell y'all
his
kids,
suspicion.
if y'all have kids, please tell them to not open the door
Like he did.
for
He just
people.
obviously
Yeah.
tried to
I'm the
get
only
into
one
the
with the
house.
key, So don't open the door for nobody until I get home.
Shut the door.
Don't open the door.
At that time, I didn't really understand the situation or the dangers.
I'm gonna make sure my kids have a phone too, a little flip phone. Make sure they have one. You don't have to be a little smartphone. It could be a flip.
An hour went by, and I was still thinking about what happened, so I started to watch a movie, trying to keep my mind occupied, when I heard.
Hey, let me get quick. I gotta tell you something.
Yo!
This was scary.
Yo!
It was the man once again. He was talking through the letterbox.
You creep!
I shouted, "Leave me alone." The letterbox closed. Then the man started banging on the front door, screaming, "Let me in, you little shit."
Yo! Man, at that point, call the police, man.
Oh, man.
At that point.
Stood back crying, praying he doesn't
But your
get
kid is you gotta teach your kids this stuff.
My mom
Lock the doors and hide.
later,
Call the police.
just to find me crying. And I told her everything that happened. We told the police, but they never found this guy. I look back, and I think how grateful I am that I had the feeling to put the chain on the door. I hate to think what that man would have done.
Believe in your gut. Always believe in your gut.
Yeah.
Bruh. True elevator horror story animated.
When I was 19 years old in 1985 on New Year's Eve, a bunch of my friends and I went to a rooftop bar of a hotel.
Okay.
About a half hour before midnight.
Man, New Year's
I ran
party.
down to my car.
I love New Year's
I forgot
parties.
my camera. I
Ever since
figured I'd
COVID
have
hit, it
plenty of
was-
time to get back up there and find my friends. I grabbed my camera and I got into an elevator all by myself. About halfway up, the elevator started shaking and it stopped completely. I was trapped. I have always had a problem with confined spaces, so this was not an ideal situation for me. After a few minutes, everything went silent that was going on outside. Then out of nowhere, the elevator lights went out, and I started to hear
Man.
children laughing. But this was not the type of place where children would be. My heart started beating faster and faster and harder and harder. Then all of a sudden, I passed out.
What?
As I woke up, I noticed that I could not move or talk. I thought to myself, not sleep paralysis again. Then the light started to flicker on and off, and then all of a sudden, I see a black figure to the left of me. And
Oh
it was
my
elevator crouching
God.
down, smiling at me.
Y'all, if y'all ever had sleep paralysis, that is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a terrifying sight right
yo,
there,
I
man.
hate having sleep paralysis. Me and Leaky Leak be having sleep paralysis. Oh my God, I be hating that. Like, I really hate it. Like, oh
I
no.
tried to scream, but nothing would come out. I tried to move, but I couldn't. A guy came over the loudspeaker and told me there was an electrical short and that he would have me out soon. There's a camera in the elevator, so to the security guard, it looked like I was just laying there. I guess they figured I was drunk being that it's New Year's. Anyways, every attempt to scream or move, that figure would just start laughing at me and pointing.
Nah.
This whole time, the lights were flickering. Then all of a sudden, I can hear the huge crowds counting down for New Year's. 10. The dark figure is staring at me. And now with a menacing smile.
Man.
With 10 fingers up. 9. He's still
Yo.
9 fingers up. And he's moving closer. 8. He was still looking at me with 8 fingers up. And he's closer.
Yeah.
7.
Oh
The
my
same thing.
He counting down.
The same
No.
thing. 5. The same thing. 4. He's drooling. And he's much
He's
closer.
drooling.
3. He's closer. 2. He was closer. Then the lights quit flickering, and it was pitch black. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, outside went silent again. I felt breathing in my right ear. And then out of nowhere, I hear 1. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
The light started to flicker again, and then the figure was on my chest.
Nah.
Nah.
That's a freaky figure.
And I can talk and move again. Usually when I sleep paralysis, something bad happens. Once I got out of the elevator an hour later, I found out that there was a brawl during the countdown on the rooftop bar that I was at. And 4 people were killed by some maniac who was waiting until the end of the countdown.
What?
Hacking up people with a machete. Ever since then, I have not had a sleep paralysis episode.
So that thing basically saved you.
That's crazy right there. That is
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. All times that had sleep paralysis.
That's the one time that it actually saved your life, though.
Ain't that crazy?
I used to frequently use TikTok watching trick shots, gaming posts, and other comedy clips. There was one guy who I followed though, but the clips he posted were very unusual. They weren't very nice, to be honest.
Why would you follow somebody looking like this?
Like spy on people in their house and frighten them. He even went as far as to attack someone. I gotta say, I'm not sure
What?
if it was real or not because the clips would end before you could tell. But it felt genuine to me. I'm not proud that I watched this guy harass and assault people, but I did. One day I noticed I had gotten a new follower on TikTok.
You're sick.
The same guy. That
Yeah.
You're sick, bro.
At first, I was a bit worried.
And to react to that,
I was in an underground parking lot after I was done grocery shopping. It was late in the evening, so the parking lot was practically empty. Well, it looked empty. But I could feel that there was someone there with me. I suddenly became very paranoid. That night, I was scrolling through my TikTok and
yo,
saw
I'm
a
not
clip
gonna
that
lie, I
made
couldn't
my heart
imagine
sink.
though.
It was me in the parking lot looking
Wow.
anxious at my surroundings. It was by the same guy that had followed me on TikTok from earlier. The next 2 days were the same. I was very paranoid, thinking I was being watched and followed. And my suspicions were confirmed because each night that guy had posted, it was clips of me. I felt sick and decided to call the police.
Finally.
They said there wasn't much they could do, as no crime had been committed. A week went by, and the post stopped. I started
Okay.
to relax, thinking,
Okay, bro, you're bugging. If he's following you, right, and making these videos, why don't you block him?
Yeah.
Why don't you block? You're the one that's being a weirdo. I feel like, bruh, if I know this guy is doing some creepy stuff like this, I'm not about to keep on following you. I don't know why I'm following you, period.
Yeah. If anything, man, if he's stalking you, if anything, I would have some cameras around the house or something.
And keep
man.
that for evidence. So if he tried to do something, like, oh, God.
Man, that's
creepy.
bad, man.
Y'all, please be careful with who y'all deal with on media because it do be some creeps out there. Like, there be dudes trying to act like females on social media and they be trying to get the drop on you, trying to get a lick.
Yeah.
Trying to get a free lick on you and shit. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
that is, man.
thinking maybe he had just moved on.
You're trying to get a lick on you and shit.
For no. Yeah.
Like, what's your purpose, bro?
Attacked outside my house. I was hit over the head with something. I fell to the ground, nearly knocked out, but I was still conscious enough for a moment to see. What I saw will haunt me forever. It was a man standing over me with a featureless mask holding a phone up. I passed out, but the next thing I remember was waking up in a hospital. I was found by someone who lived nearby. I told the police of what happened, but his account had been deleted. Whether or not his clips were staged or fake, his assault on me certainly was real. The weird thing I don't understand is why he deleted his account after attacking me. Unlike the other people, I deleted my TikTok. And this incident and the experience has scarred me. for
It took you to go through
I
that
just want to tell you, be
It took
aware
you
of
literally being attacked.
to stop following him and stop making the TikTok.
I would stay off TikTok and any other social media.
You're sick, bro. You're sick, bro. That's the type of person I do not want to hang with. Like, leave me alone, bro. Like,
This story happened to me a long time ago when I was 5, and it took place on my first day of school. The first day was introduction day. More like a morning where the parents would come in with their kids and talk with the teachers and that kind of thing. I remember my teacher talking with my mom, and I wandered off slightly down the hall just to look at some drawings that were pinned up. As I was looking at the drawings, I heard,
Hey, they're pretty, aren't they?
I turned around.
Yo.
Why he came up and snuck up on him?
Holding a mop while grinning at
With
me.
a creepy man grin on his
I
face.
just looked at him. He then crouched down and said,
They're pretty just like you.
as he said this, he brushed my hair behind my ear,
Oh, no, fam.
man. Yo.
still grinning at me while showing his yellow teeth.
Yo,
Like you
yo,
to control.
stay away from me, man.
He suddenly dropped his mop and grabbed my arm tight and started pulling me with him. I
No.
heard my mom calling my name, and as soon as the man heard her, he let go of my arm. I ran to my mom and gave her a hug. The rest of the morning was fine. I didn't mention what just happened to my mom. I think at the time
What?
I was young to
What?
understand the danger of what just happened. I only attended the school for about 3 weeks before changing schools. I never really knew why we moved. My mom always told me it was to move to a better school, but it was only recently I found out the real reason. My mom had told me that the janitor that worked at the school was arrested for kidnapping and other things with a child, which was a few weeks after I started. I looked it up on the internet and I saw it to be the same man who pulled my arm and tried to get me to go with him. It makes me sick thinking about what could have happened if my mom didn't call out or the man never let me go.
You're bugging. I would have told my mom that.
Yeah.
You would have told mom that, bro.
My name is Charlie. I used to smoke a lot of weed back in the day when I was a teenager, but it became very bland and boring.
Smoke
I
weed
also
every
told
day.
myself not to try
Let
it.
me chill.
At school, my friend Christine told me that she heard the best weed was on the dark web. I knew a
Oh,
little
nah,
about the
fam.
deep and dark web. But I
Man,
thought
and-
that drug
Yo, I'm not getting from no dark web. Can you imagine getting some drugs on the dark web? That joint gonna be black.
man, honestly, ain't nothing good coming from that, though.
Yo,
Yeah.
like I'm not getting nothing from no dark web. It's gonna be some satanic, like astronomical type of shit that I'm getting off of that
Man,
joint.
something you do not want.
There's some freaks on that site, bro. I don't even know how do you even get to that. How do you even get to the dark web? I don't even know that.
Man, I don't know, and I don't want to find.
That Rando Nautica thing, that's some creepy stuff right there.
Yep.
That's some creepy stuff. I'm not never doing. We'll think about it for the channel, but I don't know. We gotta think about that. That's gonna take some time.
drugs would be something geared more toward the deep web. Maybe I didn't know as much as I thought. My friend got with me later and told me she ordered me some weed. About a week later, I was at home by myself on a Friday night when someone knocked at my door. I went to the door and looked out of the peephole
Who's
and
that?
saw some guy with a black t-shirt, black Yankees cap, with sunglasses on, and it looks like a box in his hands. I was immediately skeptical because it was 9 p.m. He didn't need sunglasses at night.
Right.
No one delivered packages this late. I didn't say anything because
Two
I
red
figured he would
flags.
walk away.
Thank you.
I called Christine to ask her how long that order would take, and she said about a week. I told her that there was a man outside my door with a package. Could that be him? She asked, why would someone be standing outside your door with weed? Then all of a sudden, I heard,
Hey, Charlie, I have your package. I know you're home. I see you through the window.
Oh! Yo!
Like, why you look at the window, bro?
slide
I can see you through the window.
Yo!
I'll turn around quicker.
Yo, I'd be flying on me off of that
I told
couch.
my friend and she said to call the cops. He was trying to get in the back, messing with the door handle. I hung up on my friend and I called the cops. I ran out of sight of this guy, and I didn't hear him anymore. About 5 to 10 minutes later, the cops showed up. that box was outside my back door, and written on it was, "You're lucky." And there was nothing in the box but paper. After that, I never spoke with my friend Christina anymore because honestly, I didn't trust her. I
Yeah.
thought she tried to set me up.
Yeah.
Anytime someone brings up the dark web or even the deep web,
Yeah, because you don't know if she did that.
topic,
And she knows somebody that be on there doing
I
that.
used to
Yeah.
visit it occasionally, but after that situation, I've never done it again.
And then how you gonna send him to my house?
That was a setup.
Oh, it was!
See, I knew it was going to be a setup.
Yo, stop it! Leak, stop it, bro!
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Y'all be cautious about who you hang with,
Yeah.
Hogwarts houses.
because people be bugging. People be bugging. A man in a miniskirt. What the heck? What? Well, I'm not surprised. There be rappers that be wearing miniskirts. There be rappers that be wearing miniskirts. Look, y'all, I'm gonna tell you like this. Far as a man wearing a skirt, that ain't no problem. I don't care. Like, be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type, like, I don't know about Leaky Lee, but I'm the type that will wear like a kilt, a manly kilt, but I'll style it my own way. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with wearing a kilt or like the Alexander McQueen skirts for men and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm not throwing on a wedding dress. That's too much, bro. That's too There's certain things that's like no. Like,
My friends and I were walking home from school.
I wonder how this gonna turn out.
The other kids laughing very loudly at something, then running away like they were disgusted. We looked back, and they were laughing at this woman who was walking behind us. We didn't know why because we saw her every day when we were walking home from school. We just never spoke with her, or we never even seen her up close. We moved closer to see what was so funny, and we definitely noticed what the other kids
Oh.
reckless about it. This was a man dressed in a miniskirt with high heels on.
Oh,
The
man.
other kids were throwing sticks and rocks at it, but he never responded. He just
They was
smiled
dumbing.
while he was walking.
Be you, y'all.
Later,
Don't care about what people think. Be you.
I saw the same guy's face on the news. My friend who lives around the corner was getting her mail when she saw the man across the street. He waved
Yo.
while loudly asking him, "Do you remember me?" She was one of the kids that threw rocks at him. She shut her door as he started running full speed toward her house while wearing a wig, miniskirt,
Yeah.
and a tank top. He started banging on her door until she called the police. He was caught within minutes.
Yeah.
Anything could have happened to us that day with this guy roaming our neighborhood. But luckily,
He was trying to get a lick off of her. Like, you gonna throw a rock at me? Alright.
about 3 years ago, when I was 16,
Alright,
I
dang, that was quick.
had a boyfriend
Alright.
who just so happened to be my next door neighbor. For the first few months of dating, we were going fine. Up until I had dinner at Ben's house one evening. His dad, Graham, gave me the creeps. From the first time I ever met him, he was creepy to me. He shook my hand tightly and had a big grin on his face with his big bulging eyes. At the dinner, I swear Graham never took his eyes off of me at all. Every now and then, I would glance over to see if he was still staring. From then on, I spent more time around Ben's house. We would watch movies in his room, play video games, or just study homework. Whenever I was at Ben's house, his dad would always be lingering around. Like he would always burst into the bedroom without knocking, asking things like, "How's everything?" or "I thought I heard you calling me."
Oh,
Basically an
man.
excuse to come in. It's like he wanted to catch us doing something, if you know what I mean. And whenever I would go to the bathroom, of course, he would try and come in, even though the door was locked. He would knock and say, "Oh, I didn't realize someone was in the bathroom."
It's locked.
This
What you
creepy
mean?
stuff went on for a while, maybe about 2 months, but There was just one incident.
Okay, that is
Scared.
creepy right there, man.
Dan asked if I can go to the basement and grab a couple of pops. I went down there and looked around in the fridge to see what drinks they had. Then I heard the door close. It was the basement door. And then his dad came walking down the steps. He asked me what I was doing down there, and I told him I was just grabbing some pop for myself and Ben. I smiled and walked past him and headed up the stairs. I tried to open the basement door, but it was locked. His dad locked it behind him. I turned around and said, sir, could you help? The door is stuck. He didn't reply. I went back downstairs and I saw his dad with his top off, rolling a right on his body, saying, "It's a hot day, isn't it?"
Oh!
Yo.
Extremely uncomfortable.
Nah,
I
fam.
asked once,
Yo.
could you open the door because it seems to be stuck? I didn't say lock because I didn't want him to know I was uncomfortable.
Dude, the fact, man.
He said to me, "Here's the key."
And you're
Placed it on
smiling?
a small table next to him. And then he said, "Come and get it." While smiling with his teeth.
Come and get it?
His teeth. I let out a nervous, awkward laugh as I thought he was joking. He wasn't. I crouched down to grab the key, but just as I did, I could feel his face near mine. He was smelling my hair.
Nah, fam.
I
Nah.
could hear him really close, breathing in through his nose.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. At this
As soon as I
point,
got
man.
to
I'm
I
fighting.
slid walking
Yeah.
up the stairs to open the basement door. I just left at that point, and I went.
Heck yeah, I'm not never coming back there.
I never told anyone this story, and I broke up with Ben shortly after this incident. We lived there for 2 more years after that, until we moved away. Every now and then, I would see his dad in his garden or something, and he would always give me that same creepy smile like he did in the
The thing about it is, why don't you tell nobody that you're going through this?
Man.
That could help you. Like, that could help you out to avoid future situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will be more cautious about you. People will be looking and see if you're okay and stuff. You not telling nobody is really bad.
Yeah, like,
Tell somebody that you're going through something. You know what I'm saying? Don't just keep it to yourself.
and if anything, man, that's going to make that one person that's doing it want to do it even more too.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't take that to accountability, he gonna do that to the next girlfriend homeboy got. Like, you got, man.
This happened to me when I was a young girl, maybe
Like, does homeboy know that his dad's a creep?
Saturday afternoon, and my mother and I were at a mall shopping. We went from store to store, mostly for me. I was the spoiled kid. We went into a coat store, and I was pretty bored, so I would constantly walk away from my mother to
Oh,
pick
nah.
stuff as I did in every other store.
If I have a kid, you staying right here next to me.
yeah.
This time, I was playing in a round coat rack. My mother called my name, and I ran out. I ran right into this older man. Then he grabbed me. He grabbed me by my wrist
Oh, nah.
and asked me why I was running. I told him because I have to get to my mom. He then told me he could take me to her, but I said no, and he let go. It was weird because I saw this man in almost every store we went to,
Oh, God.
but he never had any bags. After that store, I had to use the bathroom really bad, so I went while my mother went to the food court.
What?
I sat down to use it for maybe a minute when someone else.
You was a bad mother.
The person walked right up to my stall. At this point, I was just looking at the person's shoes. They were men's shoes. I was confused of why a man would be in here. Before I could look up, the
Yo,
man
that's-
said,
Hey, yeah. Everything okay in there? I'll come in if you want me to.
Yeah.
the man from the stores. I looked up,
Son!
and I could see his eyes peeking through the crack of the door. He then started shaking the stall. I began to scream. I've never been so afraid in my life.
Man, that is
Then two
like
women
a
walked
serious
into the
creeper
bathroom
mode right
and
there,
left us
man.
off. These women took me
That
to my
is scary.
mother and
Why
took
would
me
you let your daughter go to the bathroom alone?
the
Like,
cameras. I don't know what his intentions were, but the police said he probably would have kidnapped me. Who knows? From that time on, I would never leave my parents' side while in public.
should have never left them in the first place. We kind of was ditching from mom a little bit,
I had an imaginary
but I never left, the store
At
completely.
least I thought
Yeah.
it was an imaginary friend. Today, I'm not so sure. I would see him from time to time around my house. He was a man and he lurked in the shadows. He was completely black from head to toe and his skin was charred and pockmarked, like a burnt match. I couldn't make out his face or any other features. All I could see were his red eyes. He had the most terrifying red eyes I've ever seen. And even now, when I think of them, it gives me the chills. He appeared at random and without any warning. I would be playing with my toys and all of a sudden he would be there. He never made a sound. He never said a word.
Wow.
He never did anything.
Okay, that
except
gotta be
stand
a
there
ghost or
staring at me
something.
and smile.
That gotta be a
Then he
ghost.
vanished as quietly as suddenly as he had come.
Yeah, it has to be a ghost
As
right
time
there.
went by, I got accustomed to his presence. It
Nah.
got to the point
Nah.
where he would just appear and I would just glance at him, then go back to playing with my toys.
I just couldn't
I could
fathom
always
that.
feel his eyes
Like
Yeah, me
seeing
neither.
a ghost in front of you.
standing ever so close.
I couldn't fathom that. That would
Away
like
at the same time.
I'll be frozen but petrified at the same time.
Yeah.
They never saw him themselves.
I'd be scared though.
My mother
I
and
can't
father
see
thought
that.
it
Like
was
I
cute
can't.
that I had an
No.
imaginary friend, but when I described him to them, they got a little creeped out. My sister was the only one who believed me. She's the only one who believed he was real, and she said it scared her. One time, I had just finished going to the bathroom, and I started washing my hands. I was standing on a little stool so I could reach the sink. All of a sudden, I saw the man out of the corner of my eye. He was walking up the stairs. I called my sister and told her the man was here. She came running over, but just when I was about to point out the man, he walked backwards down the stairs until he was out of sight.
Oh my
When she
god.
left,
Man.
he came creeping back up the stairs.
Yo, son.
I gave up trying to show him to people because he clearly did not want to be seen. Eventually, my parents moved out the house. I remember seeing the man with the red eyes watching us as we were moving and the van pulled away. He didn't follow us, and I didn't see him again after that.
Homeboy was tight.
I dismissed him as a figment of my childish imagination. Years passed and I forgot about him. Then, one night, when I was 16 years old, I was walking upstairs to my bedroom. It was after midnight. As I was walking down the hallway, something emerged from one of the other bedrooms. It stepped out into the light and I realized, to my horror, that it was the man with red eyes.
Oh
I
no.
stopped in my tracks and I froze. My heart was in my throat. He just stood there, staring at me. The red eyes burned brightly. He
Yeah, it
flashed
has
me
to be like a
malicious
ghost or
smile.
something.
Oh
And
no,
still
son.
staring
He
at me,
fixated on
slowly
you.
walked across the hallway into my bedroom. If this was a movie, perhaps I would have chased him down and forced him to tell me who or what he was. Perhaps it would have ended in me fighting to the death, but this wasn't a movie. It was real life, and I did neither of those things. I simply turned around.
Homie
ran back
came
down
out
the
nowhere. It was like,
stairs,
you
fled
miss
from my
me?
house. I sat on the curb outside, shivering and shaking until dawn arrived. I haven't seen him again.
Oh, you drawing
since
pictures
then.
of me? Trying to make me look like a monster?
Yeah.
Yo!
This stuff gets you so hot. I love it. It literally puts me in the best mood I could.
I'm stupid.
I wonder what the next one's gonna be.
Right, I'm kind of scared.
This music though.
Like it's a long pause. Like Instagram horror story anime. Okay.
I was a big Tinder guy a few years ago. Everywhere I went, I would update my location and then update, my body count. Then I quit doing Tinder and stuck with Instagram. I know.
Instagram got a lot of fake accounts.
He has a bunch of fake accounts. So I saw this girl commenting on all of my friends' pictures. Then she commented.
Okay. Y'all, Leaky Leak, he be to himself, but I be on Instagram a lot. Y'all, You could tell these be fake accounts because how come a chick that be looking like a supermodel just be hitting you up? I be looking like I'm not even an 8.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy, but I'm not even an 8, and you're hitting me up. Come on now, come on now,
honestly,
come on.
At that point, you known better too. Also,
Like,
man.
come on. Like, I know it's a setup. Like, come on. Like, don't play with me like that. You think I'm that stupid? Like, come on now.
I also saw my friends replying, so I figured she was a real person because I looked on her page and she had way more followers than the people she was.
I don't never believe it until I see it.
So I
I gotta see you on FaceTime. I'm sorry.
thought she wasn't going to reply, but she did within an hour.
I gotta see you on FaceTime.
We talked for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and we made it official. She was pretty, had a degree, and a good job, as she said. I felt she was out of my league and too perfect. Every day she posted new photos. And I told my friends about it and they seemed pretty jealous, except for my friend Ryan. He said I was stupid because I never spoke with her.
Yeah.
Only messaged her.
Listen to
She
him.
invited me over because she said she could cook. Ryan told me to don't go. The rest of my friends
Man, his
said
friend knew
I
what's
had
up,
to
man.
they would laugh.
Bruh, please FaceTime them.
Not without Ryan calling me a clown.
If I gotta FaceTime you, I'm not calling. I'm FaceTiming you.
When I first started to talk to her, she told me that she lived in a nice neighborhood. But when I got there,
Oh
there
God.
were people everywhere, and the neighborhood was not that nice. When I stopped at the stop sign at the corner, people walked up to my windows and asked me, "What do I need?"
Bro, if you don't get away from my car,
Yeah.
like,
To the house.
what you mean? Like,
So I messaged her, and she said, "The
What?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Shoot.
And people were everywhere.
bro, don't walk up there.
literally
You
all-
walked up there?
Opened the door, and I was dead.
This scream setup.
Bro, this dude walked up there. Oh my God.
The door opened.
No, bro!
Yo, I'm not.
If you walk up in there, I lost faith in you.
I asked her,
If this don't scream setup, I don't know what does.
"Come in."
You walked in?
I was immediately hit with a musty smell mixed with cheese.
That nigga's house stink.
He said she'll be out soon. He asked me did I want something to drink, and I said, "Yeah, sure."
Bruh, if you drink this, if you... Okay, I'm losing so much faith in him right now. Like, why would you walk up in there?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The neighborhood don't look like anything she described it, man. Nor the house. And all of a sudden, this scary looking man.
Bro, I just feel like if I pull up and the neighborhood looks crazy, and then I'll be like, oh, nah, fam. I already know what this about to be about. I wouldn't even walked up in the house.
Man, just this literally screams setup right here.
If you drink this, son,
And one for myself. Then I noticed that he put a phone
if
down
you
on the
drink
table
this...
next to him. So I acted like I sneezed and got some on my arm. Then I asked for a tissue. He went to get some tissue and he left his phone like I thought he would. I texted her back, and to my horror, the phone rang. I looked at the He came back and we sat there for about a minute. And then the phone rang again because he never checked the message that I sent. He looked at the phone. I looked at him. Then we looked at each other.
Yeah.
I postured up. And he calmly said, "I guess you caught me."
Yeah.
Yo!
I punched him.
He socked him!
Yeah.
Never looked back.
Man, honestly, I would go down swinging too. Shoot.
He was still laying on the ground!
He let the bruise.
On dates with people that I've met online.
Bro, I just
Yeah.
feel like, bro, like, yo, how you're that clueless?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If these horror movies ever taught me something, man, like
Y'all, please be aware of who you talk to. Oh my.
if if something's too good to be true when it's like either talking or texting to somebody, truth is sometimes it is. Yeah.
Y'all, just think about it. Like, I know we're some handsome men and like we're decent looking men, but come on, there's a chick in your inbox that's looking like Kim Kardashian that's hollering at you, bruh. A chick hollering at you is just so rare. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be aware of that. Females, they don't have to worry about getting the dude. You know how many dudes probably be in their inbox? Trust me, you're not the golden one. Like, come on now.
Man.
Come on now.
I'm 25 years old, and this story happened to me about 4 months ago. I was
Okay.
doing some late evening shopping in the local Sam's Club. I was looking for items to put in my new apartment and wanted to look at some TVs they had on sale. I think it was around 8 p.m. when I entered the store. The first thing I noticed before entering, however, was a man who stood there near the entrance. He gave me a very long, intense stare.
Okay,
He
man,
didn't look
like,
well at all. He looked very on edge and jittery. He was wearing a New York Giants cap, a black tank top that had holes in it, and skinny black jeans. He had a poorly shaven face and big red bags under his eyes. I remember looking around at some kitchen appliances when I noticed that the guy from outside was standing in the same aisle. I didn't think twice about it, but after I kept seeing him in almost every section of the store I went to, I wouldn't necessarily say he was stalking me, but it did raise some awareness. After picking up a few items, there was about 25 minutes left until the store closed. I walked over to the TV section and tried to pick out a decent TV that was on sale. I saw a TV that I liked. Then out of nowhere, I heard a deep voice ask me, "You need some help, man?" I turned around and it was the guy who's been lingering around me.
Bruh, if you don't get away from me, son.
yo, like,
That's okay, man.
why you're on me though?
Yeah, like, I'm shopping, you bothering me?
Walked off without saying anything. I picked up a TV I liked and I went to check out. I started putting my items to the car. And the TV I tried to put in the back seat, but it didn't fit, so I had to put it in my trunk. Once again, the same guy from earlier came up to me asking me if I needed any help.
Bruh, if you don't get away from me?
This time, in a more impatient voice, and I quickly walked off with the shopping cart to put it back. Thankfully, after returning to my car, the guy had left and was happy to drive home. About 5 minutes into driving, I took a glance in my rearview mirror, and I saw those same baggy red eyes staring right back at me.
Yo!
Before I had a chance to do anything, I felt a hand grab my face, covering one of my eyes, which made me lose control of my car. I crashed into a parked car. The man then climbed over and stole any change I had laying around.
Yo.
Wallet, keys,
Bruh, so you telling me
a passing car stopped.
you hopped up in your car and didn't even check your car?
I wasn't badly injured.
Man.
Only a few cuts and bruises.
Be aware of
Sam
your
Club
surroundings.
was informed of what had just happened. The police checked security cameras and found the guy just lurking around the parking lot most of the evening, trying to get into unlocked cars and looking for change on the ground. It also showed when I walked away to put the shopping cart back that the man snuck into my car and hid while my back was turned.
Nah, forget that. I'm gonna pay attention if I'm putting the cart back.
Maybe he needed some money badly. I'm glad the only thing he took was some cash, even though he almost took my life.
Homeboy was weird. Fam.
Always be aware of your surroundings, man. Always.
Thank you. Like, bruh. Like, if you don't get away from me, talk about, like, you asked me this, like, twice. Like,
No more than that, like 3 times or so.
Good story.
man, y'all be aware of your surroundings. All right, next story. Prom night. Okay. Oh, remember prom, man? Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
not gonna lie, those was good though.
I work as a
Prom was so fun.
and we often hold high school proms here as we have a big hall and a stage. In order to get to the hall, you have to pass the reception desk. It was prom night, and it was already underway. All the students and teachers were in the dance hall. All the pictures had been taken. and the reception area was empty. At some point during the evening, someone approached the reception desk. I looked up to see a tall man standing there. He had a clean-shaven face, and his hair was greasy and tied back in a ponytail. He was also wearing a suit that was pretty old, and it was also dirty, along with some Adidas shoes. His eyes were wide open, and he said, "I'm here for the prom."
What?
Yo.
I thought he was kidding, but he looked dead serious.
Don't let that man
He
in.
said porn, then he said prom. I said, "Are you employed by the school?" He said, "No, I'm a student here."
Stop
Nah.
it,
I
bro.
still kept thinking he was joking. He looked to be in his late 40s, and he was telling me he was a high school student. So I asked him, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 17. No, 16, yeah. 16.
You had the nerve to go lower.
Point. I thought he was on drugs or something. I said, "I'm sorry, but you don't look 16 at all." He just stared at me, not saying a word, with his eyes wide, staring right at me. He then leaned over to me and said, "I'll make you a deal. I have a big blade in my pocket. If I'm not 16, you can cut my finger off. If I am 16, I can cut your finger off." I didn't get the chance to say anything because he walked out right after he said that. I
What?
told my boss
That's a
about what
creep
happened.
right there, man.
He said to let him know if he comes back and he'll deal with it. I finished my shift around 12, and I went to get in my car. There was an envelope under my windshield wiper. Written
What
on
the?
it was,
No! No! No!
Yo.
to see a human.
Oh!
And I had a feeling that this wasn't his own.
Wait a minute.
Due to him.
That's the boss's finger.
Yo.
Oh! Wait a minute. Let me see.
He said to let him know if he comes back.
Yep.
he'll deal with it.
Yo.
That's the boss's
I
finger.
finished my shift
Yeah.
around 12. And I went to get in my car. There was an envelope under
I'm high. He got a lick on the boss.
written on it was, "A deal is a deal." I opened the envelope to see a human finger. And I had a
Bro,
feeling
what's
that
your
this
purpose
wasn't
in
his
life?
own finger, it was another color. I never saw that man again. And I always wondered why he was trying to get into that prom. This story is from a female's point of view. When I was in college, I worked in an Applebee's to make ends meet.
Applebee's.
Freshman year to senior year.
2 for 20s.
So I had one that ticked me the most, and his name was Larry. Anyways, one day, while at work, I received a friend request on Facebook from a guy that was really attractive. I checked his page out before I accepted it, and it seemed legit, and he was in my city. As soon as I accepted it, he messaged me and said, "Hey, thanks for accepting my request." That was usually code for creep when someone does that, but he was cute. I said no problem, and we continued to converse. Eventually, after a few days chatting, we decided to go on a date. I decided to meet at Chili's on a Friday at 6 p.m. because I don't know this guy. Maybe he's crazy. I arrived at the restaurant before him, and I messaged him to let him know that our table was under my name, and he said okay. After about 20 minutes, I messaged him back, but he didn't reply until 20 minutes later telling me that he wasn't going to make it. I was pissed, but I ordered and ate my food.
I hate that.
Home.
Bro, like, if you know you wasn't, like, I be making sure before I even go there, I be, like, calling. If you don't answer in, like, an hour or so, like, I'm not going.
And I see a man standing at the bottom of the stairs looking at me. I look closer and I see that it's Larry, my customer at work.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I frantically asked him, "What is he doing here?" And he told me it's okay.
It's okay.
Always make sure you make it home safe. Then he said, "Sorry, I couldn't make it to the date." I said, "What?" I I tried unlocking my door, but I dropped my keys, and he started running.
Yo!
I grabbed the
He's trying to give you that 2 for 20.
Yo, get there! Yo!
banging on my door. He was my best customer, and he deserved me. I called the cops, and they caught him outside in my car, just sitting there calmly. After that, I deleted all of my social media and dating apps. Then I quit my job at Applebee's. Ever since that experience, I'm very paranoid of people's intentions,
Did she move out, she said?
and I always carry a pistol.
No, she quit her job at the Applebee's and deleted her social media accounts and stuff.
And it got delivered right to my front
Man,
door. Puts me in an excellent.
I would have moved. He knows where you live now.
Yeah.
I would have moved. I would have dipped. Dad, I would have dipped.
Yep.
Quitting that job and delete social media ain't gonna help. He know where you live.
My name is Kate. I'm 22 years old. And
What's up,
about 2
Kate?
years ago, I got a job working at Sam's Club. My best friend, Mimi, who worked there before me, was the one who suggested that I apply there. Her job was to work on the cash register. Mine was to stock shelves and keep certain areas tidy. One day, a young man entered the store and started to make conversation with me. I would say he was around 25 years old. After some friendly chit-chat, he eventually said that I look like a model, and he has contacts within the modeling agencies. Honestly, I didn't believe a word he said. He was nice, but I wasn't about to fall for this. After many attempts of trying to persuade me to go with him to meet somewhere, to meet some contacts, he eventually gave up. He didn't leave the store, however, because about 5 minutes later I noticed him talking to Mimi as she was working on the cash register. I was hoping she wouldn't fall for it, but unfortunately she did. At the end of our shift, we spoke about what the guy had said, and Mimi really believed that the guy could get her modeling gigs.
Nah.
I told her not to meet him, and she said she wouldn't. About a week later, she didn't turn up to work.
Wow.
Wasn't answering calls or texts. In fact, she kind of went missing. It was about a week until I finally heard from her. She was in a hospital. Mimi had met up with the guy from the store. She wouldn't say what happened in detail, but what she did tell me was disturbing enough. She met up with the guy from the store in a very old, rundown apartment. There were 2 very large men, one skinny old guy. She was attacked. 2 men drugged her, and she fell unconscious. And when she woke up, she was in extreme pain. The men she met up with knocked her out and took all of her belongings. The police said that she was lucky. I'm sorry that Mimi had to go through all of that. But thankfully she
Wow.
wasn't killed. But I'm glad it wasn't me that got lured into the man's sick plan.
And then it's like, I do be feeling bad for women. Because there be dudes out here that do be like that. Like, just bothering you and just following you and doing some crazy stuff. Like, I be looking like, yo, like, y'all need to chill. Like, that's not even...
Yeah, like, man.
Like, if a chick ain't feeling you, bro, just give up, bro. Like, there's a chick out there for you. You don't have to keep on just dragging it and keep on harassing her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dudes like that be making us look bad. Like... And we're good dudes too. Like, come on now.
I worked at a department store in the mall. I didn't have a car yet, so I asked for the day shifts because it was a 2-hour bus ride back home. So basically, if I had a closing shift, I'd get done at 11 but not get home until around 1 a.m. But sometimes I'd be given a closing shift, much to my annoyance since I had class at 6 a.m. And my mother worries about me because who wants their kid on public transportation at night? My managers, being the jerks that they were, gave me a week of closing shifts, knowing my situation. I was pissed, but whatever. So one night, I had just finished my shift and I got on the bus. I sat in the middle of the bus. It was minding my own business with my earbuds in. I usually did that because I didn't like people talking to me, so I made it look like I was listening to music. and I occupy myself by playing a crossword puzzle on my phone. About 5 seats behind me, I hear these guys speaking Spanish. Now, my mother is Dominican, but people never know that I am, so while I understand a fair bit of Spanish, I don't speak it. So I hear them talking, but I don't pay any attention because it's rude to eavesdrop. All until they say, that kid in front of us. Then my ears perk up. I keep my earbuds in so that they think I can't hear them. And I continue to listen. What they're saying is horrific. To paraphrase it, they knew my stop because they've been watching me for this week. And to put it simply, they were planning on snatching me.
Wow.
I heard them say that I'll disappear like the others. I was about 20 minutes away from home, so I knew I had to act quickly. Since I knew they could see me, there were 5 seats behind me, but like a cross, if that makes sense. I pretended to play on my phone, oblivious while I was actually texting my mom. Then all of a sudden, one of the guys moved 3 seats ahead of me, and the other one moved about 3 seats behind me. And we're the last ones on
Yeah,
the
they're
bus.
right. They're plotting
I
right
text my
there,
mom.
man.
Yo, always keep one headphone off.
5 minutes.
Always
went by.
keep a headphone off, because you don't know what you
Getting
could
closer
hear.
to my stop, so I decided to call her cell.
Always keep a headphone off.
I'll call the house phone and she finally answers. At this point, it's about 12:30 a.m., so she was asleep. I try to talk as calmly as I can. This was our conversation. Hey, Mom, did you get my text? No. What's up? Oh, I sent you a picture of these jeans I'm going to order online when I get home. I really need your opinion, so I really need you to look, since the sale ends at 1 a.m. She gets the hint that I need her to look at her cell phone. So I say goodbye, and I hope for the best. I tied my Adidas very tight. We get to my stop, and I see my mom's car. I stand up. Then the man in front of me stands up. Then the guy behind me stands up. I snatch my stuff and I sprint to the door and I got off the bus with both
Ooh.
Yo.
Yo, look at him, bro! They ready, yo, they some wolves ready to pounce!
Yeah.
He jumps out of the car. I yell at her to get back in the car because they couldn't catch me. A hard ass.
Oh my god.
I look in the rear view and I see the guy staring at the car. The next morning, I called my job and I tell them that I quit. No more public transportation for me. Thanks to my mom for teaching me Spanish. And thanks to my mom for getting the hint.
W mom. W mom.
About 10 to 12 years ago, I was a drug addict living in Cleveland, Ohio. I usually spent my days smoking, drinking, and I was usually up to no good. I would go with whoever had the drugs, basically. One day, my friend and I were talking with this guy, and he said he had some dope on him, and he invited us to his house. It wasn't the first time I've seen him invite women over to his
Who
house.
that?
Right.
He seemed nice, but I didn't feel comfortable going with him, but I was. Then I saw another friend across the street, so I went over there to her. After that, I went home, and my friend went with him. The next day, his house was surrounded by police
Wow.
and news cameras. I didn't know why, but my friend ended up telling me that when they were in his house, this guy, Anthony, punched her in the back of her head.
Man.
And started to choke her. Then she woke up in a bed. She said next to the bed, she saw a woman's body
What?
with her head attached.
What the?
Yo.
Screamed because he was asleep right next to her. She ended up crawling and getting out of the house. Literally running out of the house, barely clothed.
Yo.
He ended up calling the police. Eventually, they found 11 bodies.
What? 11?
In and around his house. Who would have known that man was a serial killer? His name was Anthony Sowell. I'm so glad that my other friend caught my attention.
Wow.
His house. Who knows? I could have been one of those bodies.
easier.
Wow.
That's
You're ready
crazy.
to tell your story with Adobe Premiere Pro.
That is crazy.
Purdue University Global.
Uh-uh.
With over 175 online programs, there's one for you.
These stories really be teaching you a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be, man.
Always be aware of your surroundings and be careful of
This
who you
happened
meet.
pretty recent, about 3 weeks ago. Myself and 3 friends were hanging out at a shopping center one evening. We're messing around posting clips on TikTok. Then one of my friends started laughing. And I asked her what she was laughing at. She told me that guy behind us kept staring at me. When I turned around, it was some older guy just watching me. He had black sunglasses, a cap, an old Adidas tracksuit with scuffed up shoes, and had a disgusting
Who's this, the
looking
Black
beard.
Master Roshi?
My friends thought it was hilarious, but I found it really weird. Then another one of my friends said, she thinks that guy lives on her street, about a few houses down from her.
Homeboy looking like
She said
Morgan
that he
Freeman.
actually follows me. At that point, I quickly got my phone out to check if he was following me, and he was. I had to block him because he seemed a bit creepy. He wouldn't
Yeah.
make plans before we went home, and I received a message on TikTok from someone. It was that guy who had been following us. His name was Greg, and he wrote, "Why did you block me?" 2 emojis. One was a crying face, and the other one was an angry face.
Oh,
He had
God.
actually created another account that day in the shopping center. I blocked that account as well, hoping that would be the end of it. I didn't mention it to my friends this time, knowing they would just laugh. That night, I was up late and had Netflix on in the background.
Dude,
So I was
you
chatting
gotta
with
let
my
people
friends on
know
Facebook
this.
While scrolling through TikTok. I got up to use the bathroom, and when I returned, I had 3 messages from my friends, all saying the same thing. All were things like, "Who's in your room?" and "What's up with your last post?" I asked them what they were talking about, and they told me to check my TikTok, so I did. It was a clip of my bedroom. It was a clip of someone picking up my phone and recording the inside of my room. At that point, I heard a creaking.
Yo.
And I heard a man's voice say, "Sorry, please don't scream."
Yo.
And turned to see my closet door was slightly open. I started to scream when the same guy who had been following us burst out of my closet and tried to cover my mouth.
Yeah.
God, I screamed and it was enough for my
Yo,
parents.
that creep.
I
Yo.
came upstairs and my dad tackled the guy to the floor. The police were called and he was arrested. We were informed that
Wow.
the guy had straight up admitted to stalking and breaking and entering. One of my friends pointed out, if I go back and look at the post on TikTok from when we were in the shopping center, you can see Greg is in almost all of those pictures, somewhere in the background. I haven't heard what's going to happen.
He was getting chased down by Morgan Freeman.
I just hope he won't ever come near us again.
Man, he was literally in your house, in your closet, though.
One evening when I was in my junior year of high school,
Like,
My mom-
bro, what is your objective in life, bro? Like, why is you doing this?
Man, like literally in your closet, though.
Like, bro, like,
leaving me home alone. I had a lot of homework to do, so I spent the whole evening sitting at a desk in my bedroom. My parents left the house around 6 p.m. When I was doing my homework, I put on my headphones and I listened to loud music. There was a big storm that night, and my desk was facing the window, so I could see the rain and the lightning outside. My parents got back around 11 p.m. When I saw their car drive up, I took off the headphones. As soon as my mom opened the front door and came inside, I heard her shout out my name. What on earth happened in here? She demanded in an angry voice. Confused, I ran downstairs. My mom was standing in the hallway with a furious look on her face. She pointed at the floor and yelled, "Was this you?" I looked down and I saw that the carpet was covered in muddy footprints. "I have no idea
Wow.
how those got there," I said. "I spent the whole night at my desk doing my homework." I watched as the look on her face changed from anger to confusion, and then to fear. We both realized at the same time that someone else must have been in the house.
Yeah, somebody broke
We
in.
followed the trail of footprints, trying to make sense of the whole situation. They started at the back door, which we usually left unlocked.
Why?
Something else.
Man, never
The
leave your
footprints
door
started at the back door, but
or windows
there was no
unlocked.
trail
I
of
just don't
footprints leading
understand
from the
that.
back.
Like,
Never.
I just don't understand that. Like, I don't care if you live in the nicest place in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, every night, me and you always make sure the doors is locked.
Yeah.
We make sure every door is locked because
At
you
all
don't know.
times.
You don't know what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will get the drop on you, like dead serious, and you're dead asleep.
Yeah, literally.
Man,
All of a sudden,
I don't understand why people do that.
Mm-hmm.
a pounding noise that echoed throughout the house. Then the sound of the front door being wrenched open and slammed shut again. We all ran into the garage and locked the door behind us. My mom took out her cell phone and called the police. She told them to come quickly as she shouted that someone's in our house. After what seemed like hours, a patrol car arrived with 2 police officers, a male and a female. One officer stayed with us in the garage, while his partner went through the house, searching room by room. When she came back, the female officer told us that there was no one in the house, and it was safe to go back in. As we were all breathing a high sigh of relief, she asked, "Whose bedroom is upstairs on the left?" My parents looked at me. "It's mine," I told the officer. She asked us to follow her. As we walked through the house, we could see the trail of muddy footprints leading from the back door, through the living room, through the hallway, up the stairs, into my parents' bedroom, then towards my room. They stopped at my doorway. The female officer pointed at my door, which had been open the whole night. Scrawled on it in black marker was the following: 8:47, I see you. 8:53, you forgot to lock the back door. 8:59, you seem focused. 9:24,
Bruh.
turn around. 9:47, look at me. 10:15, look at me.
Yeah.
10:37, look at me.
Yeah.
10:49, look
At me.
Yeah.
Yo, homie, yo.
Someone had been standing in my doorway, watching me. To this day, I still shudder to think what
Man.
would have happened if I had just turned around.
Look at me now. Look at me
Yeah.
now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting paper.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Brown, man. Yo.
When I was 11 years old, I spent the night hanging out with my closest friend at the time. I left around 7 o'clock. He was about 15 to 20-minute walk away from my house. It was the month of December, so it was icy and dark outside. While I was walking down along the sidewalk, I had to make a turn halfway. Across the turn down the sidewalk, I noticed a man
Nah.
down. He was alone.
Yep. That's what I do.
Did the right thing.
That's what I do. I don't even be walking by people all like that at night.
My turn, so I watched him talk to whoever it was in the car. It sped off, and he just stopped,
Ugh.
watching me as I walked. As I kept walking, all I heard was, "Hey, you, come here."
Nah, son.
Nah.
So I freaked out.
Like all of a sudden,
Faster.
yo.
He started
Yo!
Run.
Yo!
Yeah.
for my life. Since the ground was covered in snow and ice, all I literally thought was, "Please, God, don't let me."
Yo, yes.
I was
Yes.
running, and I was running. He caught up extremely fast.
Woo!
I kept looking back and noticed the car slowly driving behind him.
Yo, he was fingered. Oh my
I
goodness.
grabbed the hood of my sweatshirt. By God's grace, his hand slipped, and I ran a block trying to find a house with the lights on. I finally found one and banged at the door, almost ready to break it down. This older couple finally answered, and I ran inside explaining what happened.
Wow.
And then went outside to try to find him. saw the man standing at the end of the street staring at him. Then he ran off. My mom called the police and pulled me out of school for 4 days afterward. And this guy was never found. For a while after, I would buy flowers and a card and leave it on the couple's step, thanking them for saving my life.
And you're still walking
God
out here
only
by
knows
yourself.
What would have happened if he got me and dragged me to the car?
Yeah.
I'm just so worried for my kids to be walking out here by themselves.
That is true.
Like, I'm scared of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What is it, Stranger Things?
This story happened about 4 years ago. Me and my wife Rachel had just moved into a nice house. About 2 days after moving in, we met a middle-aged couple, Dennis and Laura. They were friendly and were nice neighbors, and we would often go over to their barbecues and evening dinners. We went to their house one night for dinner, and it went fine. We talked and laughed and got on great as usual. At one point during their dinner,
Why did that look like you, bro? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
as I was walking, Dennis stopped me and said I need to use the bathroom upstairs. I should mention that.
That do look like you.
Yo, come on, man.
The downstairs bathroom. This would be the
I'm
first
sorry,
time we were
Leak,
upstairs,
bro.
actually. I had to try a few doors to see which one was the bathroom. I eventually opened the door to Dennis and Laura's bedroom. I don't know why, but I just wanted to have a little look around. As nosy as it was, I'm glad I did. I was looking at the pictures on the nightstand, a few of Dennis and a few of Laura together, some of their children, and then one that took me by surprise. It was a picture that we had taken a few months ago. It was the four of us together. Only my wife's face was scratched out. I thought that's really sick and odd, and it was obviously done deliberately. After seeing this, it made me more curious to see what else was in their room. I opened up the few drawers to see the same thing. That same picture with my wife's face scratched out or cut out.
Oh, no,
There's
fam.
hundreds of them in their drawers. I felt pretty sick with worry at this point.
Yeah.
Yo.
And I decided to look some more. I opened up their closet, and what I saw gives me the chills to this day. It was a mannequin with clothes very similar to what my wife wears.
Mannequin.
Yeah.
A printed picture of her face was covering the head. This was creepy enough.
Who's that, Kim Kardashian? Like, yo.
What made it even more scary is the mannequin was covered with knives and stabbed into the chest of the mannequin.
Yo.
Yeah.
I quickly put everything back to how it was and closed the closet door. I went back downstairs and I tried to act as normal as I could, even though I wanted to be sick with what I just saw. After a very weird and awkward evening, I was relieved to get away from them and get back home. I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell her what I saw, but
What?
I told her to
What?
never speak to them again.
Okay, that's good at least.
And the strange thing is, Dennis and Laura completely avoided us and were pretty hostile towards us ever since. I have an awful feeling that somehow they knew what I just found out.
Yeah, bump that. I don't
We
even
moved out of
care.
that house about 3 months after that.
Yep.
Never seen them again.
I still would have told her, though. To make her be aware. What is people's purpose in life for doing this? Like,
I don't know, man.
the next night?
Oh, it's a follow. Okay.
Oh!
Yo.
What the? What the?
That's crazy, man.
Wow.
My name is Chris, and this story
Bruh.
happened to me last year when I was traveling with my dad across the United States. We were traveling in our RV. We were visiting Nevada. And of course, we had to go and check out Area 51. By the time we got there, it was pretty late and quite dark out. So we thought we would just park the RV, sleep, and check it out in the morning.
Y'all don't go near that area.
Yeah.
I think around
They're
3
gonna
a.m.
gun you
my dad
down.
was asleep, and I was playing some games on my iPad when I heard some footsteps outside our RV. I took one of my earplugs out so I could listen better, and it sounded like someone was slowly pacing. I took a subtle peek through our blinds. It was pitch black, but you could kind of see something moving. I woke my dad up telling him someone is out there. He took a look out the window and then told me to get a flashlight. I asked him, "You're not going out there, are you?" In a concerned voice, of course. But my dad said, "We have to see what it is." Nervously, we both went outside. We shone our light towards the figure. It looked to be a man with his back toward us. My dad
What
spoke
the?
out. Hello? No answer. Or
Have a
even any
gun
movement. My dad
or a
spoke
weapon
again, "Hello?
of
Yeah.
some sort.
Can you hear me?"
Yeah.
As we slowly got closer, you could see the man was wearing some kind of gown, like a hospital gown that patients wear. The man was still unresponsive. We got close enough to tap him on the shoulder. The man slowly turned around. He looked kind of pale, as like a ghost, and his eyes were black, like they weren't even human. He stared right at us, and my dad stepped back in shock. Then we heard a noise. It was more footsteps. My dad shined his light in a direction, and what was right in front
Oh
of us,
nah,
Yeah.
nah,
men in
no,
dressing gowns,
no,
black eyes,
no.
looking right at us. Me and my dad ran back into the RV and drove as fast as we could away from Area 51. We spent the rest of the night in the motel we found. We
Yup.
never
Yep.
went back to Area 51 after that.
What? Y'all is killing me.
About 10 years ago when I was 12.
Y'all is
Always
killing
the
me.
nearby woods with my
Y'all
friends
is
for
killing us. Oh,
One night, we left pretty late. Usually I got home before dark, but today, I knew I
let me go back.
we left
I didn't see
nearby
what the
woods.
story was about. My bad, y'all. That just got me so upset. Like, what?
About 10 years ago when I was 12, I would always go into the nearby woods with my friends for most of the day. One night, we left pretty late. Usually I got home before dark, but today, I knew I wouldn't make it back, and I already knew my parents would be mad at me. We were walking in a group for a few blocks, and a couple of my friends split from us to go to their house. I started to notice that a van kept driving past us. I didn't think anything of it. And then my last friend split to go to her house. I had about 5 to 10 minutes left until mine. Then I see that van again, and it pulled up right beside me and stopped. The driver rolled down the front window. Then she told me that she can't find her son and she's been looking all evening. Then she asked me if I seen him. I looked and I said no. Then she asked me if I wanted to get in her van and help find him.
No.
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 And I looked.
No.
I don't know you.
Then she asked me, "Am I sure?" I didn't ask
What
her.
you
mean, sure?
What you mean?
Then all of a sudden there was some guy in her back seat
Oh.
that said, "Mr. fucking Snatcher."
Oh! Oh! I would have booked it.
I looked in the back seat and she sped up to park on the side of the street.
Yo!
Running through yards. I heard the doors open and shut on the van, but I didn't look back until I got home.
Homeboy was like,
Nobody
"Let's go
saw me.
snatch this little mo."
I told me
Yeah.
I never missed curfew after that.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in college, I would take odd jobs to pay my half of the rent.
Man.
One day in particular, I I was babysitting a set of twin boys.
Like walking home alone, I'm not gonna lie, especially if you're a kid, man, people are plotting.
Like, what you mean? Like, yo, can you come in the van and help me find my son? Like, no, I don't know you. That's your problem. Like,
Boys, that was
Are you sure?
one day in particular. I was babysitting a set of twin boys.
Nah,
that were 3
fam.
years old. The mother told me she hired me because she would only hire men due to her crazy ex-husband. I was
what?
confused when she told me that, so I asked why. She showed me a picture of him and said not to answer the door for him. Don't let him in, and to not let him see the kids.
Okay, I'm not taking that job.
I thought
I'm not taking that job.
but I went
If I have to go through that to get paid, I'm not taking that job.
the kids seemed harmless, so I told my girlfriend to come over. After that, there was a knock at the door. I figured it was her, so I opened the door.
No, don't open that door.
It was the ex.
Yo!
This guy looked a lot scarier in real life than he did in the pictures. He towered over me with tattoos everywhere, including his neck, a bald head, and gold teeth. He asked to see his kids. I didn't know what to do, so I just told him, hold on, and I closed the door. I really didn't know what to do, so I called the woman and she didn't answer. So I texted her. Still nothing. Eventually, he started knocking on the door some more. But I would talk through the door, letting him know that I can't let him in, nor could I let the children out to see him due to the mother's request. He didn't like that too much. I stopped talking, then the knocking stopped. And the man said, okay. But it was an okay that sounded like he was going to get me back for not letting him in.
Oh, man.
I look outside and I see that he pulled off.
Oh,
I
man.
called the police because he left. So my girlfriend texted me, and it said she'll be there in 2 minutes. Then a few minutes go by, and she isn't there yet. Then I see one of the twins looking out the window, and he says, there's Daddy. I look out the window, and I saw the most disturbing thing you could think of. The man was on top of my girlfriend, stabbing her with with a screwdriver. Her body was shaking, but she wasn't making any noise. And there was blood everywhere all over her head.
You better go help her, fam!
On that man. I wanted to burst out of that door to help her, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I called the police. The man just stood there, staring at the house. He never tried to escape, just waited for the police as if he were crazy. The twins' mother and the cop showed up at the same time. And she was hysterical, going between Spanish and English while crying. I felt numb, guilty, and ashamed that I called my girlfriend over. And she was killed. And I
Wow.
was a coward that stayed in the house. Till this day, I still feel the guilt.
Yeah, you're a punk, bro. I wouldn't have let my girlfriend been in that house.
Yeah.
Yo, I wouldn't have let my girlfriend been out there and been bodied like that.
Man.
You're a punk, bro. You're dead a punk. Yo.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yo, man, these stories was out of control. Yo, man, Nightmare Files, you be doing your thing with these stories. Yo, man, that's the video for today, y'all.
These were good, though.
Yeah, these was fire. I enjoyed these a lot. Yo, y'all, this the Halloween edition of Reef'Lik. So I hope y'all enjoyed this today, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe and join the family. Please go support Nightmare Files as well, too, man. Shout out to Nightmare Files, man. We love you, man. Yo, we love y'all so much. And we see y'all to the next video.
Peace.
Peace. Deuces.